What's going on? It's your boy God by 2009. I got another good one for y'all today. I appreciate all the love for my last video, but I just wanted to redo that one, make it a little bit better for y'all. I appreciate all the ones that supported it, but I had to redo that one. Plus, it was certain things I didn't want to keep up there, so this one is gonna be a little bit more deeper. It's gonna be kind of the same, a deep part of us, and I'm gonna talk about the just go into this for y'all.
Are you a small business owner who struggles to manage phone calls? With Calljoy,
Y'all excuse me. I'm just setting everything up, but this is gonna be all about the what makes the Scorpio man dark. And I'll just wait for everybody to come in, give everybody a little time to come in. That's all. Just give me a chance to set up. But this is gonna be a what makes the Scorpio man dark, what makes the Scorpio man tick, what gets to the Scorpio man to the point of no return. Because a lot of times it comes off as a complete surprise. It either comes off as, being this big, mystery, because I know a lot of times when you're dealing with a Scorpio man, it's very complex. Sometimes but when you get to understand this video and you pay attention to this video, you'll realize that it's not that complex. A lot of times it's not even always the Scorpio, even though we get a lot of the slack for being the negative person. I'm gonna give y'all the reasons why a lot of people hit that bump in the road with Scorpio, why their Scorpio appears to be a certain way, or why do they get certain reactions when they're dealing with a Scorpio? Why do Scorpios turn and become a certain way? Why do Scorpios have such an intense dark aura? So I'm gonna go into that one for y'all. So y'all give me a chance. I appreciate all the love. Let me see. I don't know if I wanna trying to get it situated, y'all. Just give everybody a little time to come in. Trying to get everything set up. Hey, what's going on, Mary Seaman? What's going on, Desiree? Hello, everyone. What's going on? I'm just fixing up everything. Y'all just give me a second. But yeah, this particular one is going to be all about the Scorpio. What makes a Scorpio dark? What makes a Scorpio appear a certain way? What makes us seem like these mysterious characters? What makes us tick? What makes us these complete people with these extremely dark auras? So give me 1 second, y'all. So in this video, I'm gonna give y'all the complete description on what makes a Scorpio dark, what makes a Scorpio tick. Because a lot of times when you watch videos and get a lot of information about Scorpio, you don't understand. A lot of times, it's not that we try to appear dark. We are not these individuals that are these automatically dark individuals that become, mean for no reason. I do stuff for no reason. I be, because a lot of times when you hear stories, I hear things about Scorpio, you're only hearing, one dynamic or one situation. You don't really understand the in-depth meaning why Scorpios are the way we are, why we act the way we act. I know sometimes I should give y'all more of a notification, but I like to surprise y'all and try to keep it spontaneous a little bit. Sometimes I don't know if I even want to, if I'm doing it at a right time. I try to give y'all, a good time, space to catch on to the video. If you just coming in, please make sure you like the video. Hey, Miss Marzelli. Hey, what's going on, Tracy? What's going on, Paula Jones? Hey, thank you everybody for coming in. And I'm gonna do this one on Scorpio. What makes the Scorpio so dark? What makes him such a dark individual? Why the Scorpio appears to be dark? And y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do something. Give me 1 second. Y'all excuse me. I apologize about that. I know a lot of people are used to it, but I don't like to really just leave and dip on videos like that. But it's a little nippy today. The weather done dropped all crazy. Y'all know, anybody know the video, it's anybody that's on, they already know it's getting the weather has been crazy. So I just had to get myself situated. But one thing a lot of people don't understand about Scorpio is a lot of times we get this bad rep, we get this bad stereotype about us being negative, about being these completely uncivilized individuals that don't have no heart, individuals that don't have no soul, a type of person that you can't get to cooperate with you, a type of person that is dark all the time. We get the stereotype of being mean all the time, or doing, ruthless things to people, but that's not the case. That's not who we are. That's not the individual that we're trying to be. That's not the image that we're trying to portray. But a lot of times people don't realize this behavior. It don't just come out of nowhere. If anybody really knows the real true nature, or really ever had a real, growing relationship with a Scorpio, or ever really had a real relationship with a Scorpio, they would understand that we are not these individuals. We are very kind-hearted individuals. We're very big-hearted individuals. Anytime we're in a relationship, we will give you 100%. But we're not the individuals that's going to take anything other than the same thing. It has to be equivalent. Like I keep telling y'all, when we in relationships or dealing with people, it has to be equivalent. We're not the type of individuals that's going to sit silently and let people, overstep their boundaries. And even if you watch Scorpio Sun's videos, she would even tell you, if you watched her long enough. If some of you do, I know some of you don't, but she would tell you we don't sit and wait for you to understand your boundaries are. We don't wait for you to get to understand us. We try to show you. We give you examples of how we like to be treated, or how we would treat you. We will give you the same respect. We will give you the same love. We will give you the same admiration. But when you in the relationship with us, or when you're dealing with us, you're gonna have to, you create what you get. You are the illustrator of the relationship, so to say. People say, "Oh, how that God body, the Scorpio, as a whole, they're very controlling. They're very stubborn in this." But no, we're not. We're type of individuals. We're very adapt. We're type of individuals. We adapt to anything. A lot of people say, okay, and when it comes to Scorpio signs being able to adapt to things, they say, oh, Gemini is the most adaptable because they can switch. But no, we Scorpios, I think we are some of the most adaptive and some of the most down to earth type of individuals, because we are able to adapt to any situation. We are able to adapt and make ourselves, fit into a certain particular form setting, or particular place, or particular person, or particular situation. We know how to adapt to it. We understand that everything's not perfect. We understand that everything is not going to always be a particular way, but we are the type of individuals. We are very logical. When you're dealing with a Scorpio man, you got to understand you're dealing with a man that's going to be very logical. We do have a very big-hearted side of us. But at the same time, in the same get go, a lot that's not going to be shown to everybody. That's not going to be given to everybody. It's not going to be seen by everybody. But if you are that person or that particular individual that gets the know this individual, gets to know this particular man one on one, gets to understand this man one on one, you got to understand that you are one in a few. You're not going to just come in and think, okay, because you get to know us, we let you in a certain way that you can just, once that door is open, it's gonna always be open. You're gonna always have a spot in the heart because we finally let you in, because people know how difficult it is for Scorpio to open up. They know how difficult it is for us to let people in. So a lot of people they become very comfortable. They become very complacent. Y'all know how it is with us, and this a deep part of why a lot of us become a certain way. Let me see what's going on in here. What y'all think? Do y'all think I'm starting too early, or do y'all think I'm doing it at a good time? I don't like to put my videos at a bad time, but I'm gonna just go ahead and wane with it and just see how it goes. I love and appreciate those who are in the chat room already. Y'all make sure y'all like the video. I appreciate all the love. Uh, I'm a Scorpio, but I don't have a girlfriend because I gave my heart to my school sweetheart. After that, I don't love anyone. Oh, okay. And yeah, and that's an excellent example because we don't give our heart to just anyone. We are type of individuals. People say, "Oh, it's a Scorpio," so it's when you're dealing with a Scorpio, they're gonna be highly sexual. Are we gonna be very promiscuous? People have this a certain stereotype. People have a certain misconception about us, and that's where people get twisted about us. Because we do have, just like I told y'all, we do have this very reserved, very laid back way about us. And we do open up, especially in our earlier parts when you're dealing with a Scorpio, when you're talking about the earlier part of a Scorpio, how we adapt to certain things and we are very kind-hearted. We do start off being a particular, we have a calm exterior about us. We do start out, we don't just become these dark individuals. A Scorpio don't just wake up out of bed like, oh, I'm gonna be this dark individual. I'm gonna be this mean individual. I'm gonna be this very intolerant individual. But no, it has to gradually builds up to that point. And I'm just sitting, trying to get my little stuff together, y'all. And I'm gonna read y'all comments too, but I'm just trying to get everything set up so everybody can enjoy it or whatever. It ain't such a bad time, but as far as Eastern Standard Time, this would be a pretty good time. But I know everybody has such a different schedule. I appreciate all the love. Thank you, those who have came in. People when they think about us, they think, oh, Scorpios, they start off this way. You got to understand when you're dealing with a Scorpio, you put, oh, it's 3 a.m. Where you at? Thank you for showing up. I appreciate all the love. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. They got to understand when they're dealing with us that we don't start off as being these cold individuals. We don't start off as being these unnecessary, these vulgar individuals. This is what will become. One thing about us is, and the harder you see the Scorpio, is the harder his past was, or the hard. I'm trying to put it in the right correct words. Whatever particular personality, whatever particular you know characteristics that Scorpio carries, whatever outer exterior, how they face look, how they dress, how they treat people, how they go about ways, is the way that people have, presented it to us. Whatever life we were given, or whatever situations, or whatever people are surrounding us, we absorb that energy. One thing about us is we're very in tune with everything that's going around us. So if you're seeing a Scorpio, even if you pick up a Scorpio that's always having a certain equal personality, it's something that's happened, or something that's going on that has led up to those situations, that had led up to this particular this particular individual, or this particular Scorpio male being a certain way. I love doing these with y'all, but I don't know, y'all. Let me see what y'all talking about, because I don't. Sometimes one thing about me, I don't like to just come off a certain way. One thing, that's why a lot of Scorpios don't really do videos like these, because it's hard for us to really break down certain things, because it's very deep for us. It's very serious for us, and we don't like it to be taken lightly. We don't like to be taken in the light form of fashion. That's why when you talk about Scorpio, we're not gonna deal with any particular person. We're not gonna just be in any particular situation. We're not gonna just, you know, jump into any relationship. That's why a lot of times we do grill relationships. We do be stern on certain things in relationships. We do be serious about relationships. We don't play around when it comes to relationships, because we shouldn't. Because as soon as it's like most of the time with a lot of Scorpios with us, is the reason why a lot of times we become dark is because a lot of times when we jump into situations, or we begin to bring certain people around, or we try to embrace certain people, it's always extreme disappointment. It's always extreme letdown. They always do something ridiculous. They always do something conniving. They always shut down. They always go a different direction. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about us, when we are in a situation, when we are in a relationship with a person, when we take on something, we take it all the way. It's serious with us. Like, if we there with you, we there with you. You know, the average person, when they say they with you, they not really with you, because as soon as you get into the deep depths of the water, the water gets a little rocky, they will be nowhere to be found. Not only will the individual be nowhere to be found, they won't even throw a life raft, even if they're in reaching distance. They won't even if they have a billion life rafts, they won't even send you a life raft. They won't even show you any type of love. They won't even show you any type of remorse. And that's where the Scorpio personality starts to deteriorate. That's where we start to build up those walls. Because I told y'all, we don't let anybody in. And once you start to become complacent in the situation with the Scorpio, once you start becoming in the place where you can't have conversations, or where you can't be logical, where you can't be serious, or be a certain individual that you say you are in a relationship, or that are the person that you presented yourself to be, then that's when the walls are going to start to build back up. That's when the animal is going to start to come out the cage. That's when the rage is going to start coming out. That's when his personalities are going to start becoming darker. Even with a Scorpio female, that's when the situation is going to start becoming out of hand, because you have pushed it to that point. Because one thing about us, we sit and absorb. We don't just react. I tell y'all all the time, we don't just react. We will give y'all the whole thing. We will show y'all the whole situation. We will show y'all what we trying to present. We'll show y'all all the love. Like, when you around us, if you showing us that equivalent love, we will show you all the love. We will be serious with you. We will try to present the best person that we can be. You're dealing with one of the most loyal individuals, one of the most sentimental individuals, but and I'm not talking, I'm just like I said, I'm not talking about low vibrational Scorpios. I'm talking about the more mature Scorpios. When you're dealing with that individual, you're dealing with a very serious individual. You're dealing with a very real individual. So, but we're not impulsive. Even though we get the presentation for being, mean or conniving, or you say, oh, he's gonna act crazy, or I don't know what he's gonna do next, or he's doing this and that. That's not the case. That's not the picture. We will sit and absorb. We'll sit and patiently wait. We'll sit and see where the person is. We don't just jump. We're not the type of individuals that just jump into this mean, appearance. Even, and not saying that everything that we kind of get tight on is wrong or right. You know what I'm saying? But if he's in a point where he's already uptight, if he's already in the situation where he's getting to the point where he's fed up, it's already many things that led up to this. None of this is coming out of the blue. It's not, none of this is going to be unpredictable. We're not those type of individuals. We will do stuff that will come out the blue, but more than likely we have given you many scenarios. We have given you many signs that something wrong. We have given you many different things, showing you many different examples of what's going on, what's happening. But we're not the type that's going to sit there and break it step by step and let you know what's going on, let you know what you're doing wrong. More than likely, we already know that you know exactly what you're doing, that you know exactly how you're being perceived, that you know exactly what you're doing wrong. But we're not going to show you. We're just going to build those walls up. And what I mean by walls, I mean when he starts getting to the point where he don't really want to text you like that. He gets to the point where he's not really trying to talk to you like that. You know what I'm saying? It starts off slowly. We don't just jump into it unless it's get to a certain point where we know it's not going nowhere. Then we not. It's all gloves off. We're not really trying to deal with you no more. But if we get to a point where we're trying to be patient, he'll sit there. We'll wait. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he been with you and have a certain history with you. I'm not saying for people that just been with us for a particular amount of time, but I'm saying for like individuals like that's been with us that knows us, that should know us by now, that should have a very good understanding of us. He's not going to sit there and try to tutor you. A lot of men try to keep relationships and try to tutor a person how to be in relationships. How to tutor that individual. How to show them how to do this. Talk to them about this. Keep talking to them about that. Keep trying to make them understand this. Keep trying to make them understand that. We're not those type of individuals. He's going to show you by example. He's not going to have these big long discussions with you. He's not going to keep repetitively trying to tell you something. And one thing about us, if you're the type of person that has a mismatch mindset, I keep telling y'all, and this is important, man. This is important point I got to make. If you're the type of individual that's very scattered minded, if you're the type of individual that's inconsistent, that's full of drama, that has no sense of self, that has no sense of direction of where you're trying to go in life, that just wants to follow along with the crowd, that just wants to follow into this cookie cutter way of living, this cookie cutter way of life, of putting the people in boxes and doing things a certain way. If you a type of person that has a certain inconsistency about yourself, like one minute you're saying this and next minute you're saying that, one minute you're acting like this and then the next day you're acting like that, he's going to throw you to the side. He's not going to, we're not the type of individuals that's going to keep playing with you, that's going to keep trying to figure it out, that's going to try to keep having these long bouts or arguments. We're not those type of individuals. He's going to do the work. We'll do the thinking for you. Since you can't think logically, since your mind is so scattered in different places, when you're dealing with a Scorpio, you got to understand this man is not going to be a individual that's going to sit and patiently wait on buffoonery, that's going to sit and wait on ridiculous individuals that that's just all over the place. I'm trying to make it understandable for y'all because it's so many different dynamics I can take this. I'm trying to just break it down for y'all. I know every time y'all ask me little questions, it helps a lot because I can really break it down into a particular, box, because this is an enormous type of topic, because a lot of people deal with this, especially when it comes to dealing with Scorpios, because we do have a lot of times you're not gonna get no real explanation. You're not gonna really ever find out what's going on, because we're not those type of individuals. A lot of Scorpios, especially just like I told y'all, when we get to a certain age, our particular age, are hitting a particular milestone, it's all gloves are off. We not playing with. He's not the individual that's to be played with. He's not going to tolerate a bunch of stupidity and a bunch of ridiculous situations. I got to be straight with y'all. He's not a man of patience when it comes to stuff that is headed nowhere. And we the type that see stuff way ahead of the road. When you're dealing with Scorpio, you're dealing with a far-sighted individual. You're dealing with an individual that sees far ahead of the road. See, I'm just writing something right quick, y'all. Just give me a second. Uh, just trying to get everything right for y'all. Y'all make sure y'all like as y'all enter the chat room. I appreciate all the love. You got to understand when you're dealing with this individual, he's not going to be the type of individual that's going to sit for a long time. A lot of people see us and think, oh, they just come out, they just born this way. They just mean. They attack everybody. They always ready to sting somebody, and they always ready to attack. Become these very out of control individuals. But that's not the case. A Scorpio can be just as laid back as anybody else. We can be one of the most laid back. If we're in a situation where the love and respect and the understanding is equivalent, you would get one of the most understanding, one of the most kind-hearted, one of the most loyal, trustworthy individuals. But if that's not what you want, do not deal with this man, because he will become dark. He will become something that you will never forget. And if he does sting you, it will be a sting you never forget, because we're the type of individuals, we try to present, this kind-hearted, we try to be that kind-hearted individual. We try to be that loving individual. We try to be that realistic individual and try to, stick with people. We're just like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I had to make this video because a lot of I see it, as clear as day. Even, I see it as clear as day, and I see it day after day after day. I'm like, wow, me through my personal life, I'm seeing it do examples, everything that a lot of my fellow Scorpios tell me about. It's like, I be trying to tell them to calm down. I try to tell them, don't be so stern. Relax. Be patient with that person. But now I'm starting to see a lot of what my older Scorpio friends would tell me. It's like you can sit and bite the bullet as long as you want, but you can't have what's already there. You can't put a blindfold on your eyes when you already have 20/20 vision. You don't need to add glasses. We don't need glasses to see what we already see. We're the type of individuals, we see the writing on the wall. We're not those type of individuals that sugarcoat stuff. I try to make a pretty picture in order to make things work, hoping things will work, hoping this person, we are not those individuals. We will gladly snatch you off your pedestal. We will gladly go on by ourselves. We will gladly shut the doors and close off. We are not against that. We are not against that in one way or another. But we are not those. We are not people that start off this way. We don't come out this way. People make us become this way. People make us lock doors and get to the point where we don't want to be bothered with individuals. And it's not always just Scorpios. People give you example after example. They show you time after time again why we should be the way we are. They force us into it's like being forced into a hand. It's like I tell y'all all the time, we are not checker. We don't play checkers with people. We don't look for to hit the speed as soon as they jab at us. We trying to jab at them. A lot of people think because people do something to us, we automatically try to sting you. We automatically try to hurt you. We automatically try to do something bad to you. No, we're not those type of individuals. But we're the type of individuals. We'll sit there and play chess with you. We'll sit there and look. We'll sit there and study. We'll sit there and make strategic moves on our. Even when it comes to how we react. We will sit there and observe. We'll sit there and see exactly what's going on. We'll sit there and take on the whole picture. We're not the type that jump to conclusions. We're the type that likes to have confirmation before we make any type of moves. We have to have confirmation. We have to have 100% proof before we make any type of moves. So when a person is trying to tell us, try to convince us something, when we present something to them, especially when he comes at you with the direct argument about something, we already know what's going on. We already know where the situation is headed. We already know how the person's been, like, we already know they're dead wrong. We already know, but we'll sit there and see how far they will take it. We'll see who that individual really is. We're not the type that's going to jump conclusions. And one thing about us and that people don't understand is why y'all say that y'all these kind individuals, God body. Y'all say y'all these nice individuals, but why don't y'all, why y'all leave so fast or why y'all become so angry is because we're pushed into a position of anger. We're pushed into a position of walking away and locking the door and never returning. We're pushed into a position of being a particular individual. You know what I'm saying? Even the females, the Scorpio females are put in positions. Because one thing about us that makes us so different, that makes us so hard, because we know there's not too many people like us. There's not too many people as loyal as us. There's not too many people as real as we. It's hard. It's not easy to be this individual. People are like, what makes the Scorpio so special? What makes them this dark individual? What makes them, be like this? Because it's like a lot of people say they are, Scorpios, are they understand Scorpio, but do they really? They don't really understand us. They don't understand. It's not easy being this confident. It's not easy being this stern and going your own way, no matter how many people are tugging at you, no matter how people are attacking it. It's hard to be that. It's hard to be your own individual and stand in your own light, because people are always trying to rain on our parade. People are always trying to stab us in the back. People are always trying to rip us apart piece by piece. People are always making us a certain way, especially from the early parts of a Scorpio life. They do certain things to us. They continuously do the most conniving and most wicked stuff towards us and expect nothing in return. They expect us to become these gentle giants, or these gentle sheeps. And we're not these individuals. If you're looking for some type of hassle, we will give you more than what you bargained for. We will be that individual. We'll be a very unruly individual to deal with. But once we get into our mature stages, and you talking about Scorpio that's been around the block a couple of times, that's a lot older, that's a lot more mature, he's not going to deal with it. He's going to cut you off. He's not going to do all that stuff with you. We're not going to, some Scorpios will do that, no conversation, no none of that stuff. But when we get old, we don't do that. We'll sit there, we'll have a conversation with you. But if you think you're gonna be disrespectful, if you think you're gonna try to play us for a fool, if you think you're gonna try to make us seem like we're being fools, that's not gonna happen. He's gonna become this dark individual. He's gonna become this individual that you never knew, because you brought that out of him. The more you show yourself, people, and I'm trying to make it, I'm gonna break it down for y'all. I'm breaking it down. Y'all make sure y'all show that love. If I'm gonna put my links in, make sure y'all show love, man, because I love y'all. I really appreciate all the love, but make sure, you donate if you can. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you do all that good stuff. Matter of fact, let me put my link in right now. We become it. Let me see. I didn't like a lot of people think, oh, God body, why is Scorpio so mean? He's like y'all born mean or something like that. No, that's not the case. Even with my 2-year-old niece, that's a Scorpio. She do not play. She don't play with the adults that's around her when they trying to get her to do certain. She has her own set personality already at 2 years old. We don't come falling out the tree and like some boiled egg with no brain. We have a very strong characteristic. We have a very strong charisma, personality, and way of understanding about ourselves that most people don't understand. We know where we going. We know what direction. We are very understanding. We are very set in our personality. We're not these type of individuals that come out weak, by a long shot. Oh, I think I messed up on something, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all like, is y'all into the chat room? I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. I know sometimes I gotta be patient, because one thing about Scorpio is when we on that thing, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. One thing, Scorpio, we're the type of individual that we have been through so many bumps in the road, especially those of us that have to start off from the bottom. we the type of individuals that if somebody wrote us a check, or we was born with the silver spoon in our mouth, we know exactly where to go, like film. Like some people would need somebody, okay, you need to do this, or you need to put this there, or you need to go this direction, or you don't need to go that direction, go this direction. They need somebody to always direct them. A Scorpio individual, we know who to put in place. We know who to keep beside us. We know where direction where we going. If a Scorpio, only thing that slows a Scorpio down is having a certain amount of capital. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about us, we already have the mindset. We already have the direction of where we trying to go, of where we want to do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people don't understand that. They feel like that we will hold on to them. We can. I'ma do them any type of way. You know that Scorpio man loves me, so I'ma just do what I want to do, and he loves me at this point. He ain't gonna leave this relationship. He's been in this relationship for 5-6 years. He ain't gonna stay in this relationship. But you answer yourself wrong. A Scorpio, we type of individuals, we'll walk away from our own family if we're being mistreated and wickedly discarded, and we will walk away from people and never return. We are those individuals. We are those individuals. We are not the type of individual that's going to be downplayed, that's going to be mistreated, that's going to be under backhand treatment. We're not the type that's going to take the back seat. We'll go into a dark mode. We'll go into crazy mode. We'll do all that stuff before we go into this complacent, weak-minded characteristic. That's not going to be that. And we're not those individuals. We will become dark before we become weak. And that's one thing people need to understand. And if he gets to the point where he's becoming dark and where he's becoming, and I'm not talking about the low vibrationals, because the low vibrationals, they just on their own. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the high vibration. I'm talking about the man that's been good to you. I'm talking about the Scorpio man that's for the most part been there with you, for the most part been loving towards you. I'm not talking about the Scorpio man that's never been nice. I'm not talking about the individual. We are those individuals. We're not gonna play around. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we don't come out the box. We're not the type that come out our bag for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But once we get in our bag, you can't get us out of it. We become those individuals that you read about. We will become those stereotype Scorpios that you heard of. He will build that brick wall so high that you can't climb over it with the 50-foot ladder, because that's how we are. That's our protection. That's who we are. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, he giving you enough chances for you to correct yourself, for you to understand him. Because we don't let everybody in. We have love in our heart for everybody, but we don't like everybody. We don't deal with everybody. We don't have no power with letting anybody go. We don't hold on to nobody that wants to hold on to us. And we will become dark. We will become nasty. We will become ruthless. Once we get to a point where it's not, where none of our love, none of our energy, none of the kindness that we put in is going nowhere. Just like I told y'all yesterday, if we realize that our love is being thrown like slop out of a window, slop out of a farm or whatever, then he will become that individual. He will become that dark individual. He will become this unkind individual. He will become almost unrecognizable by his personality. Personality-wise, he will become unrecognizable. You won't even know who this man is, because what you have done. Think about it like this. Every time you do something conniving, every time you sit and stand on your ego and do something crazy, and you don't try to correct it, and you sit there, it's almost like drilling a hole all through that Scorpio. It's like drilling a hole straight through the soul of the Scorpio. And once you drain that, and that energy and that love is soaked out, then you're going to get this completely dark individual. You're going to get this completely, straight, closed off individual. We're not going to the type that's going to keep, just like I said, he's not going to keep arguing with you. He's not going to have these long debates with you. We're not those type of individuals. We're going to cut it off straight to the point. We get straight to the point real fast. Let me see what y'all talking about. Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all enter the chat. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. It's just a little. It's this weather dropping crazy. I just had to put a little jacket on. I get cold real fast. Let me see. Miss Marzelli, my boy Tracy, Paula Jones, Desiree Smith, Shata. Hey, my tab, my head, Miss Khan. I'm calling you Miss Khan. You know I always can't get that name right. Uh, hey, Common Water 81. Hey, Quinn Lee. Hey, Jennifer Money. Hey, Jay Bird. 18 people watch. Only 9 likes. Yeah, that's right. Make sure you like the video, y'all. Y'all don't come in and just, sit there and look at it. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all enter, because, if y'all want me to keep going with this and keep doing this, y'all gotta make sure y'all like and support that video. Y'all hit that like button. Don't just be sitting around, even if you a hater, hit that like button, show that love. It don't take nothing to hit a thumbs up. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Let me see what y'all talking about in here. Because one thing about us, we are not the type to just play around. We say what's real. We say what's on our heart. We say what's on our soul. We don't really cut corners. And that's what really makes people call us dark. That's what makes people really call us these crazy people. That's what makes people really call us mean. Because we tell the truth. We say it for what it is. We don't cut corners. We don't sugarcoat. We don't kiss up. We are straight to it. We hit straight. We hit direct target. We don't try to sway around. We don't do none of that. It is what it is with us. That's why one thing about us, we know what we bring to a situation. We know who we are. So when we get to the point where we close off, we can close off being satisfied, knowing where we are, knowing where we trying to go. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna make sure I put my links in also. I'm just getting my little stuff straight. Yeah, I only see 15. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. It's only 14 likes. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all enter the chat. I see 24 y'all in here, but y'all not hitting the thumbs up, man. Y'all hit that thumbs up. I done hurt my thumb. Y'all can at least give me a thumbs up. Let me see, Jennifer Money. My boy, hey, Reggie Drones. What's going on, Reggie? I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much, Shanta. Thank you. She put my links in if you want to reach out to me. Thank you so much. Let me see. Thanks, Shanta. Let me see. I'm gonna try to go through y'all comments a little bit right quick before I go into this some more. Why Scorpio appear to be dark? We think we deep thinkers. While other people looking, we are calculating our next move. Other people play checkers, we play chess. Absolutely. We don't really sit around. People think that because we have this calm exterior, because we seem like we're very reserved, and we seem very, we seem like we're in our own work. We are very, very in tune. We are very into the now, into the future. We are very well more than equipped than more people give us credit for. A lot of people underestimate the Scorpio, and that's another thing that brings out the darkness. When people are underestimating us, they don't realize we are very calculated. You got to realize when you're dealing with a Scorpio male, you're dealing with a individual that's extremely. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like. I see 25 y'all in here. Y'all hit that like button, y'all. Y'all don't sit in here and not hit that like button, man. Y'all got to hit that like button, because y'all just some of y'all just sitting in there, just sitting. I don't understand it. Let me see. Thank y'all for the those who have hit the thumbs up already. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. And one thing, when you think about Scorpio man, and you think about the Scorpio individual, always remember that we are the under. If you can think about a metaphor to describe a Scorpio individual, always remember that it's like we are like the blue collar champion. We are like the underground underrated champion. You know what I'm saying? We are very underrated. We are very underappreciated, but we nonetheless we are champions. Nonetheless, we come from the worst. We can come up from the worst situations. We can come up from any situation. And that's why we are able to walk away from any situation. That's why when people think they have us at a standstill, I think we're gonna be these complacent individual that's gonna stick around. That's not the case, and they get let down because they think we're gonna be that we always get mistaken or get called the wrong way. We are not these weak individuals. We are not the individuals that play around with people. We are very straight to the business. You're not going to waste our time. We're not going to play around with people. We're not doing none of that. We don't play those type of games with people. He's not gonna play those games. We'll become darker. You can call us what you want to call us, but we know who we are. We are very. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna make sure I get to y'all comments too. I don't want to forget that. Um, Let me see. My Scorpio guy has been in a really good mood this week. I've been in a good mood, but it's hard to stay in a good mood when you're around toxic individuals. One thing about us as Scorpio people, we know who we can be around and we know who we can't be around. We know who we can work with and who we don't work with. But if you are that, what makes us more angry than dealing with a person that we don't really want to deal with is when we're trying to deal with the individual that is not consistent, is a person that's bouncing in between the lines. If you playing that 50-50%, that 50-50 type of personality trait, that's where the way you can bring the darkness out of us. Because if you're not consistent, if you're not authentic, if you're not real with us, you will get the worst side of us. If we realize that you're trying to play games, if you realize that you are procrastinating in a relationship, if you realize that you are sitting there like a bump on a log, then we will disappear. We will leave you alone. We will give you what you wish for. We're not those type of individuals that's going to try to hold on to you, try to squeeze you tight and try to beg you and slide on our knees. No, we will let you go. We will give you what you ask for. We will grant your wish. Let me see. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate that, Tracy. I appreciate that, bro. I ain't trying to say too much after the last. No, you fine, Desiree. But I could just tell. I don't know if you a Sagittarius or what, Desiree. Hold on. Um, I'm a Scorpio, but I don't have a. Oh, okay, I read that one. Yeah, we try to be very kind hearted, but when we brought into a certain place, put into a certain place, we become dark. They become dark individuals. You know what I'm saying? Through mistreatment, through just just looking at the reality. Because just like I tell y'all all the time, especially those of you that's been around for a long time, we are not these individuals that wear rose-colored shades. So whatever we going through, whatever we seen is what we seen. We don't try to look at change it around. I try to, see something else that don't exist. We're not those type of individuals. We see exactly what's in front of us. Y'all excuse me, I'm all over the place. We see exactly what's in front of us. We don't hey Nina Moore. Oh, Nina Moore is in here. Oh, I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Y'all make sure y'all like as y'all enter the chat room. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And one thing about us, we will sit and we'll try to be patient. We'll try to give it our all. We're not these individuals that try to blast off. We're not these individuals that try to be nasty and mean. But we are well more than prepared to deal with the worst situations, the worst scenarios, because we already been put through these situations many, many times. And one thing about us is we're not these weak individuals that look for a place to hide. Well, that's why one reason why we have this tough skin. We take our licks, we take our bumps, we take our bruises. You know what I'm saying? We have scars deep enough. We have scars deep, so deep that money can't, cover the scars. You know what I'm saying? Material items can't cover these scars. We show our scars proudly. We parade around with them because it's our strength. It's what made us. It's what brings. It what makes us respected. It's what makes us different. It what makes us intense. It makes us passionate. You know what I'm saying? So this is why we become dark. This is why we have a dark personality. This is why we have a dark edge to us, because we always have to wear that, because we know we have a very kind, very reserved, very laid back personality, and people can take it the wrong way. People get it very misconstrued. People get it very confused, and they mistake it for being something else. And we don't try to come off as being no mean individuals. We don't try to come off as being no hard individuals. You know what I'm saying? But when we're put into a place, you know what I'm saying, of no return, it's hard. It's very hard for us to sit. We're not going to sit there and wear no masquerade paint. No, we don't wear clown faces. They pay people to do that crap. You know what I'm saying? They pay people to be clowns. You know what I'm saying? People have jobs to do that, be clowns. If you're looking for a clown, don't look for a Scorpio individual. If you're looking for a friend, if you're looking for a real man to stick with you and be loyal to you, you got the right person. But if you're looking for a clown at a circus, some lion to jump through hula hoops, that's not the individual. We're not those individuals. We're definitely not those individuals. Let me see. God Body 2009. God Body. I'm gonna give y'all my email. Thank you so much, Nina. Hey, Carmilla Ali. Hey, what's going on? Sky 11 Hook. The Scorpios in my life are the ones who are really strong individuals, amazing humans with unique shades of personality. Absolutely. Absolutely. Excuse me. And it's crazy. Even in the situations where Scorpios, and a lot of Scorpios can chime in on it with me, even in the situations where even we feel like we can't go nowhere else, that we're backed against the wall, like we the individuals that are extremely strong. You know what I'm saying? We are very strong. We lose we lose a lot of people. One thing that about Scorpios, we are surrounded. We lose a lot of people. We see a lot of death. We witness a lot of death. We witness a lot of tragedies. So you're not dealing with a person that's weak. You're not dealing with a person that's some type of, you know, I'm gonna say it like the old people. I'm gonna keep it straight to the point because I'm a Scorpio. I got to be myself. We are not the individuals. We're not blink. We're not the type to be green as a blade of grass. You can't color something that's already been painted over. You know what I'm saying? Some people try to add stuff to it. I try to no. It is what it is. It's not going to change. You know what I'm saying? If we try to, we even especially if we really really care about somebody, we try to add little flowers. We try to add little, little this, a little that. Try to add little sprinkles to it. But one thing about us, we see a person directly for who they are. We see the situation. We see circumstances. We see individual persons. That we see it for what it is, and we call it for what it is. We call it like we see it. We don't sugarcoat it. We don't play around with people. We don't do any of that. Oh, your first time in? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Camilla. I really appreciate that. Y'all make sure y'all like. Oh, I see 24 of y'all in here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I know you new, Camilla, but make sure you hit that like. I know a couple of y'all new in here. Please hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me see. I'm a Libra God body. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Nina. Thank you so much. One thing we do have a bad thing. We have a really bad knack for, which makes a lot of Scorpios dark. We have a bad knack for trying to hold on to people and hold on to individuals that are could be nothing more than toxic for us. That could be no more than the worst people to be around, because we give too much. We give too much. We we are too real for people. We too loyal for people. We too honest for people. That's why we don't deal with everybody. That's why we don't jump into relationships with everybody. That's why we don't try to hang around everybody. We don't want to be around everybody. You know what I'm saying? We don't be feeling everybody. We not agreeing with everybody. We not jumping over hula hoops for nobody. We are who we are. If you don't respect us, you're going to respect us one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And we're not the type that's going to sit there like a bump on the log. We're not going to the type that's going to play around with people. My Taurus is my queen. Okay, Taurus. Let me see. We're not the type of people that's going to just play around at all. I really appreciate all the love. I see a couple of y'all coming in. Y'all showing that love now, so I feel like I can go in now. Let me see. I've been keeping it clean today. Trying to keep it clean. I kept it clean today. It's usually hard for me to keep it clean, especially when I'm fired up. But I done been able to keep it clean today, y'all. I'm gonna keep it clean. Let me see. Yeah. So when you're dealing with us, just understand before you enter this situation, understand that this man is not an individual that comes off as trying to be this evil person. We're not the individual that comes off as trying to be this dark person all the time. These personalities are pulled out of us. These personalities are forced out of us, because you can go to a certain Scorpio and they could be the nicest, calmest person in the world, especially if they've been surrounded by people that have nurtured their best personalities, that have highlighted their best attributes, that see and appreciate their best attributes, that love and water their best attributes like a plant. But if you're toxic and you're choking all the best personalities out of us, if we're trying to be these understanding, loving people, and every chance you get, you're stomping on us, you try to be overbearing with us, you will get the worst backlash. You will get the worst reaction. You will get the worst conclusions, because we're not the individual. That's why we are That's why we are a sign of shock, because when we react and we pull our cards out and when we make our chess moves, people can't see it coming, because all they've been getting is this kind-hearted, this understanding, this loyal person. But when we finally go into cut that cord off to the point where we are the hell with, it's just like we not having it. You know what I'm saying? We done with it. We don't want to deal with that stuff no more. Read my comments up there. Oh, okay. But let me see. Camilla, I would like to know if a Taurus and a Scorpio person is a match. Um, with patience and time, with patience and time, absolutely patience and time. And if you trying to, and I know I get a lot of questions about, a lot of fast. It's like, yes, fire signs are good with us. Yes, fire signs can work with us. But this is where the problem is. Fire signs are very switchy. Fire signs are very impulsive. They're not consistent. One thing about us, even right or wrong, good or bad, ugly or beautiful, we are consistent with it. Us. We don't pull out no rabbits out of a hat. One thing with the fire signs that bring the big clash, that makes the relationships end abruptly, the fire signs are not, they do impulsive stuff. They don't think about what the heck they doing. They don't give it twice a thought. They don't give a thought whatsoever. They do stuff impulsively. They do stuff almost without even a second any type of empathy given to it. So when we react to certain people, especially when we're dating a Leo or Sagittarius, or try to be friends with an Aries, or trying to date these individuals, we try to, but they forget that we're water signs. So when they try to burn us with their flames, with their arguments, with their impulsiveness, with their tempers, with their aggression, they don't understand. We will hit them with a tsunami wave and swallow their fires whole. We will put your fire completely out. We will put your fire completely out. And that's where people and that's where the animosity builds. That's where the hate builds. That's where the clash come with, because we're not intimidated by the least bit. We're not scared by the least bit. We're not these individuals that have to you know we sit and shake our heads when they doing all that extra stuff. When fire signs do all that extra crazy stuff, when they all scatterbrained and yelling, try to get hot headed with us, especially with the Sag, when they think they turning their backs on us, hurting our feelings. When different signs, y'all know how y'all signs do. Y'all know how y'all got y'all certain things that y'all do too. Y'all know certain signs they use by removing themselves. They think that it usually hurts people by being stubborn or being argumentative. It usually breaks a person down. We're not those individuals. We don't play that. We will sit there, we will swallow you whole, like, and it's just what it is. Water overtakes fire anytime, every time. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the clash begins. You got to be, but if I'm not going to say it's not hopeless, but you got to be a fire sign that's mature, that have a deep understanding of life, that has a deep understanding of people, that has a deep understanding of. Oh, what question you asked, Camilla? Because you trying to make it seem like I ain't answered your question. Hold on now. Hold on. Stop the show. Stop the show. Hold on. Oh, okay. You asked Chasey a question. I'll be like, hold on. Stop the presses. Stop the press. Okay. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate all the love. Isha, baby, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. Thank you. And one thing about us, we already have our cause. We just sit to see a person. And one thing about us that makes it hard, for really, 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 really hard for us in a real fire sign to really get together, is because we listen. One thing about you deal with a water sign, even with a Cancer, whether it's a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, we listen. We listen. We listen. We listen, and we listen. We don't miss a step, and we don't forget anything. We don't forget anything. So if you tell us something 1,000 times, don't think because a certain period has gone by, certain things have happened, we get on a good path. Don't think that those things have been erased. It hasn't been erased. You know what I'm saying? We know exactly what's going on. We are not these crazy. We are not these individuals that just be like, oh, everything just, everything is just everything. We see everything and listen to everything for what it is. We don't miss a step. We don't miss a heartbeat. So we know exactly where we are on the board. When we in this situation, we know exactly where we are. We know exactly where we stand with an individual. We don't play around. We don't try to look the other way or turn the other cheek. We don't do none of that stuff, because we know it's our destruction of people by nature, and want to amass everyone without taking their. Oh, not true, Jake. I take my mask off, because I'll tell you to your face, Jake. I'll tell you to your face, you ain't gonna see no mask on me. I will tell you straight to your face. I will tell anybody straight to their face, whatever it is. It ain't no we don't have no problem unmasking it. We will unmask it ourselves in front of your whole family. We have no problem. We will stand on a podium in front of 1,000 people and unmask ourselves. We have no problems with that whatsoever. You only going by the sun sign. It goes deeper than that. Common water. I'm just not the type that's gonna keep going repetitively with people. Just like with not making fun of Jake P, not making fun of Common Water. These two individuals have made many different arguments about Scorpio, so it's already self-explanatory. You already have your mind set up to already have an argument about a Scorpio. You already have an argument. You already have a pet peeve, or what you already have a bone to pick. I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you otherwise. If you have your mind made up, you have your mind made up. You know what I'm saying? You have your mind made up. But I'm gonna tell you for what it is. I'm not giving you my personal opinion. I'm telling you what it is. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could make everything beautiful and make everybody seem like they these wonderful, beautiful individuals, but that's not the case. And that's why a lot of times you will get the worst side of Scorpio. You won't see the best side of Scorpio because we see everything for what it is. We see it for what it is. We know exactly what it is. JP, that's true, but to another school. Okay. I've seen many varieties of sun signs. Yeah, it got to be a particular sun sign. I tell you that much. And I'm not gonna pick on my sun signs because it's some good sun signs out there. I keep telling y'all you can't take it personal. If you take it personal, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not swinging. I'm not throwing no stones at nobody personally. I'm just giving y'all. I'm telling y'all from my point of view. I'm not saying, oh, this and that. I said you got to be a mature Scorpio. That's one thing about y'all. Y'all don't listen. You got to be if you to deal with us and understand Scorpio. You got to listen to what we saying. Listen. Don't just pick out. Don't highlight. Don't single out a sentence out of a whole paragraph. Listen to everything I say. Listen to it fully and not just listen. Understand. Listen with understanding. You know what I'm saying? Then you wouldn't even be saying that because if you would have listened to what I said not all fire signs. But if you deal with, I'm letting y'all know why is it such an enormous clash. You know what I'm saying? Because once we do give y'all kudos and give y'all love, y'all always a lot of times a lot of fire signs do something extremely crazy to wipe our whole impression of them, erase everything that we tried to build of them, and whatever pedestal or whatever love we try to show them, they will completely do something to make us just snatch them completely off of it. And all the water signs, I bet I get along well with. I only get along with earth sign females. Yeah. Thank you so much. Y'all show that love. Y'all make sure y'all donate. Thank you so much, Sky 11 Hook. But I just want to let y'all know I love and appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? I had to do something yesterday after, today because I had to redo my last video. Because I told y'all sometimes I throw out surprise videos just for those who are there for the moment. You know what I'm saying? I throw out those surprise videos so those who catch it, y'all catch it. Y'all catch a treat. Sometimes I'm gonna throw some extra videos out there for y'all to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate all the love. Make sure you show some love. Make sure you donate. Thank you so much for those who donate, those who can. Make sure you hit that like video. Please make sure you share the video. All my new subscribers, make sure you show that love. Subscribe. Thank you so much. Big kiss to all the ladies, all my brothers. Big pounds. Thank you so much. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Always understand it's all love. It's never no hate or nothing like that. Birth, upbringing, childhood experience, education, parents, culture, evolution of the souls make up different personalities. Absolutely. All these things make up the Scorpio. And the environment and the people that we surround ourselves with. If you see a Scorpio that's always mean and he's in a relationship, it's most likely he's in a toxic relationship. And if you see a Scorpio child that's always angry and he's in a household which surrounded by toxic people, which makes him angry. You see what I'm saying? It's never impulsive. It's never out of the blue. It's always something that built up to that point. It's something. It's a lot of events. It's a lot of treatment. It's a lot of backlash. A lot of bad experiences that led up to us becoming these dark individuals. Don't never come to a Scorpio and be like, "Oh, y'all like this and y'all like that," because we're gonna tell you exactly about yourself. One thing about us, when you come to us with an argument, we can defend ourselves. We don't beat around the bush. We don't do none of that stuff. And one thing about it, if you at the point where Scorpio slams the door in your face, or he don't want to deal with you no more, he gave you more than a billion chances to make up for that situation. And one thing about us, we do not color coat. We don't sugarcoat. We don't color coat. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that. But if you are a loving person, you a real person, you are an organic person, you will not have no problems about this individual. If you are a consistent individual, you will have no problems out this individual. If you humble and you real, you will have no problems. You will get the best loving man you ever encounter. But if you are egotistical, you are stubborn, you are spoiled, if you're selfish, you will get the worst side of us. You will get the worst side of us. So I love y'all. Thank you so much. Always remember, don't run the Scorpio. Don't think the Scorpio is coming off dark for no reason. You know. Thank you so much. I love y'all. I appreciate it. I'll be back soon. Peace.